Okay. I was born and raised in Barnsley. My parents and family are all hearing, and I'm the only deaf person. My parents discussed and decided that it was best for me to go to Doncaster School for the Deaf. So I think I was there until I was about 12 or 13, and then I finished there and moved over to Boston Spa, and that really impacted me because I missed out a lot in education from Doncaster compared to Boston Spa. I wasn't taught enough properly, English, that sort of thing. And it was mostly just BSL that we used and that sort of stuff. So when I moved to Boston Spa, it was a huge impact. Everybody was oral. The English was great. It was really interesting. I caught up a lot and I did struggle at the time. I was really, really happy there. And obviously they encouraged me a lot and sort of forced me quite a lot to be oral. But it doesn't matter whether you sign or you're oral. It's just important that the English is there and my future was set up. So I moved to York College after that. I did an art course. There was no interpreter then. Boston Spa sort of. Sorry, I've completely forgotten. I'm really shy. Sorry. Um, you weren't able to sign. You see, we had to follow the Boston Spa rules, and we had to be oral. So I had to be patient and wait 2 years. I then moved back to Barnsley, and I moved back in with my parents. It was fine. There was an interpreter at the Barnsley College, and I thought, wow, I caught up so much compared to York. 2 years later, it was fantastic. It made me think, wow, my future's going to be great. I've got access. It's going to be a really smooth future. Then I moved to Barnsley University, which was next door. That was for 3 years. The first year was brilliant. The interpreter was there. People, could help me with everything. And actually, the only downside was that their teacher base there was quite controlling and told me how I should learn, but actually based on my history, my way is my way. I want to achieve certain things the way I want to achieve it. So yeah, it was quite competitive really. 2 years later, we decided out of a few projects. And then after, I sort of looked back and decided that I should have done this project rather than that project. And I sat down and spoke with the teacher. And again, she wanted me to do this and I wanted to do that. It was just an art thing, really. But I just felt I had 3 months left of the course and thought, actually, uni's nearly over. That was 2011. I tried to find something linked to arts or something after that, the deaf community, or I'm just trying to embrace it a bit more and get involved more. I know that there's not so many deaf people in the community anymore. They've moved out. But later on, I would say approximately with my partner, my ex, that person actually had ushers, and that impacted me a lot. A lot of emotions, learning how that person is, and I guess that helped me decide that I wanted to help other people. So she had ushers and we had a relationship for 7 years, and I actually missed out on any deaf people and community or trips and deaf events because it was just me and her, and I think I was just focused on having a private life and a family home. So I think that's just my personality. I didn't want the bother of typical deaf life. I wanted to just have my family. So 7 years, unfortunately, it didn't work out and we broke up. She cheated on me. But moving on, 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, I just tried to catch up on life that I've missed out. I basically went back to being 16 again. It was really difficult not knowing what access you can get in Barnsley, how to get a new home. And a friend of mine that's from Barnsley, her name's Debbie Green actually, she helped me and she helped me with this and with CAB, and I just learnt so much, and that was only 2 years ago, so it's very late. But it don't matter, life's too short. Don't matter. Everything's a learning experience. So I got a new flat about 3 years ago, and I was really, really happy living there. But still, certain areas of my life are still quite dark, and I just want more access so that I can feel there isn't enough information. I've missed out a lot over the last 7 years, so I sort of feel like actually there's a lot of negatives going on in my life, but I have to show everyone that I'm positive by making everyone laugh, and I've got to try and be positive. That's all. So that's been my life really. Thank you. There's so many things that I want to achieve, so many things. I've missed out a lot. It's just how to have more access and just to break through, really. I mean, there's part of me that wants to, but I don't know where to start or where to go. So at the moment, I'm having counselling, and I've got my friends and my family that support me. And that's how it's been for the last, I think, about a year now. And I do feel much better. But there's still, it's just having the strength, and it's hard to explain, really. Just, you know what I mean? I like to be alone. I like peace. Obviously, a partner so that I can do my art at home, watch films, and just be with my family. That's all I want. Obviously, there's new deaf people, new friends. And I think, for example, different people's backgrounds so that I can learn from them. Because obviously, older people, they can pass things on to me and I can do the same. I just want to achieve something and have people look at me and go, wow. But at the moment, I don't get any attention at all. But some people love me because of who I am. I'm a comical person. But there's something there that I don't know. I feel quite. I need to just judge myself up. I don't know if I'm wrong or right. I don't know.